Hi, Gwen, it's Lisa, and we're already on this side whenever you want to start.
Wonderful, thanks.
Thanks.
We'll give it one more minute and we'll start on the hour then. Thanks. Okay, it looks like it's 4 o'clock, so I will call Budget and Finance Committee to order. It is June 22nd, 2022, and this is the Budget and Finance Committee for the City Council of the City of Missoula. We are still having virtual meetings, so the information is on the page, on the slide in front of you as to how you can join. You basically need to go to the City of Missoula website, go to the Agenda and Meetings page, find this meeting, and click on the link to join to provide virtual comment. You can also leave us a voicemail at 406-552-6012, and you can email us at council@ci.missoula.mt.us. Okay, Lisa, if you want to take that down and then do a roll call for attendance, please.
Certainly. Stacy Anderson. That doesn't look like Stacy's here yet. Mirta Becerra.
Present.
Daniel Carlino.
Present.
John Contos.
Here.
Jordan Hess.
He's absent.
Out today. Gwen Jones.
Present.
Kristen Jordan. Looks like Kristen's out. Mike Nugent.
Present.
Jennifer Savage. Jennifer's absent. Amber Sherrill.
Present.
Sandra Vasica.
Present.
And Heidi West. Okay, no Heidi right now. All right, so that means, excuse me, we have, let's see here. Oh, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 people in attendance.
Wonderful. We have a quorum. We have minutes from the June 16th, 2022 meeting. Were there any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved, and I will call for public comment on items not on the agenda. Raise your hand if you want to give public comment. Not seeing any, so we'll go forward with our committee business. Item 3.1 is a contract for Excella Premium Citizen Experience powered by Open Cities, and I believe we have Aaron Bowman and Rachel Kropp to present on that. I see Aaron is here. If you want to unmute yourself, Aaron.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so our Premium Citizen Experience is an application addition to our permitting software. And what this item will allow us to do is have better communications with our public. It provides some what I guess I would consider a breadcrumb type of website interaction with the public, where it allows them to ask questions and answers are provided based on a variety of answers that they provide to those questions, and guides them to helping what our permitting requirements for them are. As it's a highly communicated topic that it's tough for the citizens of the city of Missoula to understand exactly what permits are needed and what the process is. And so this piece of software, this implementation will help alleviate that confusion with the public.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Aaron on this contract for this software? Seeing none, I am looking for a motion then. Ms. Cheryl.
Thanks. I'd be happy to make the recommended motion.
Okay, thank you. I will call for public comment. We have no one attending. Any other questions or comments from council? Seeing none, we will take a roll call vote on this item, Lisa.
All right. Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
Daniel Carlino,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Mike Nugent,
Yes.
Amber Cheryl,
Yes.
and Sandra Vizika.
Yes.
And that is unanimous for all in attendance with 7 yeses.
Thank you. That can go onto the consent agenda. Okay, the next item is 3.2, purchase of 2 15-passenger vans for the Parks Department. And we have Scott Colwell here, I believe.
Good afternoon.
There you
Scott.
are.
Scott
Hi.
Caldwell, Fleet Director for the Fleet Maintenance Division at the City of Missoula. And this is kind of an odd committee to go to compared to what I usually go to, but we're trying to get these pushed through as quick as we can just because of the environment we live in and trying to get vehicles done. But so we are looking to purchase 2 15-passenger vans for Parks Department, the Parks and Recreation Department. I'd ask that this committee and the City Council approve the purchase of 2 Ford F-350 15-passenger vans from National Auto Fleet Group of Watsonville, California. The purchase price is $52,379.08 each, for a total of $104,758.16 for both. These buses will be used to transport youth and children for recreation activities. This purchase was approved for new vehicle and in the CIP for new vehicles. This is a new request, and it'll add 2 new vehicles to the Recreation Department for the Parks Department. Currently, we have a waiting list for all of our recreation and summer programs, after school programs for Parks Department. And that waiting list is mostly because we don't have the ability to transport these youth and these children. So these vans will allow the expansion of those programs, the existing programs we have, and also possibly more programs. This purchase is over budget by $4,758, and that is roughly the increase this year. The vans last year were $48,000. We tried to purchase them last year. The manufacturers cut off all purchasing on vans, so we're trying to jump on these as quick as we can so we don't get cut off again. But the Parks Department, the recreation program, said that they have those funds in their operation budget that they can cover that overage. And this is a cooperative purchase through Sourcewell.
Great, thank you, Scott. Okay, we've got a couple of raised hands. Dan?
Yeah, I'm happy to support this. I was just curious if you all looked into hybrid or electric options and how much those cost for this number of seats.
So I did look into electric and hybrid, and they don't actually make them for passenger vans. They make them for delivery vans, but they don't make them in a passenger van. There is an aftermarket add-on that is called a Lightning Automotive, which they take in a van, and then they will put an electric option to it. That electric option is $80,000 more per van. So each van is roughly $130,000 for these same vans with the electric option. I didn't think that was a good use of taxpayer dollar, and we could never come out on top or actually even break even with that. The other part of that is these vans will go out for a week at a time, and it's really hard to charge them when they're out. You know, they go 100 or 200 miles away, and then they stay at a camp for 2 weeks or a week at a time, and you have to be able to charge them to be able to get them back. So there's multiple reasons we don't really feel like electric would be ideal for this situation, or even suitable for this situation. And that's kind of some of the stuff we've gone through in trying to purchase these.
Great. I appreciate all the information, Scott, and I hope that at some point in the future it is more doable, but we'll get there when we get there. John, you had your hand raised. I might have lowered it by accident. Did you have something?
I do.
Question?
Yeah, appreciate you hopping on all this. Too bad you couldn't get it last year. These are brand new vans.
Yes, they are.
Okay, and when will you be able to get those? I know that's an issue as well.
So currently they're saying 14 to 16 weeks is what they're saying.
From now?
From order date.
When was that?
When is order date?
When did you order them?
I haven't ordered them yet. I have to get approval before I can order.
Sorry about that. Thought maybe you had the horse before the cart, or the opposite way. So it's 14, provided this passes, I'm sure. Well, it's 14 weeks from now.
Yeah, 14 to 16.
Wow. Okay, thanks.
Alrighty, thanks. Heidi.
I'm here for the record, but I just would like to make the recommended motion if I could just speak to it briefly.
Sure, go ahead.
Our Parks and Rec programs are, I think, in dire need of additional transportation, whether it's for picking up kids from different schools and getting them to after school programs during the school year, or being able to provide unique summer camp experiences during the summer. I know transportation has been one of the most limiting factors for being able to provide summer camps, next to, of course, being able to hire enough staff. So with this, I think one of the biggest obstacles could be taken care of to provide additional services to the community. It's a bummer that they're not here for this summer. I realize that is completely beyond our control, but I'm really excited for these to be operational during the school year and, of course, next summer.
Great, thank you, Heidi. I'll call for public comment because this motion is in order. No one is attending in the attendee room, so Mirta, to you.
Thank you, Scott. Good to see you. I just wanted to say I'm supportive of this motion for a number of reasons. Heidi mentioned a lot of them, but also being able to van pool, if you will, a lot of kiddos to different parks reduces the amount of single occupant vehicles that parents sometimes have to do in order to take kids from one place to another. I know these are, they're not cheap, but it's an important purchase. They need to be safe to transport our young Missoulians. So I definitely support the purchase.
Thank you for that. Okay, seeing no other questions, we will have a roll call vote on this item.
All right.
Wait,
Oh.
just a second. Scott has his hand up. Scott, did you have something else?
So I did want to add one more thing. I did look into purchasing these locally. I drive by Ford Lithia every day, and I saw 2 vans sitting out at Ford. Both of those vans were used. One of them had 60,000 miles. The other one had 30,000 miles. And the 30,000 mile van, they wanted $54,000 for it. And the $60,000 mile van, they wanted $48,000 for it. So I actually believe we're getting a fairly good value for our dollar and getting the brand new ones here, when the used ones are going for just about the same price.
Great, thanks for that information. Appreciate that. Okay, we have had public comment and questions and comments from council. So we will have a roll call vote, Lisa.
All right, Daniel Carlino,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Mike Nugent,
Yes.
Amber Sherrill,
Yes.
Sandra Vizika,
Yes.
Heidi West,
Yes.
and Mirta Becerra.
Yes.
So that's unanimous for all in attendance with 8 yeses.
Thank you so much. That can go on the consent agenda. And our last item today is item 3.3, renewal of office space leases at 414 and 400 Ryman and 198 Pine. Yep. And I think we've got Eric Hallstrom here to present on this. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. For the record, Eric Hallstrom, I'm the Chief Operations Officer. And like Scott, I would normally bring an item like this, I think, to our public safety, our health and safety and city operations committee, but we are also trying to make a July date. So have it before you today. These are continuations of 2 leases that we currently have for those properties facing Ryman. 414 used primarily by central services in the municipal courts, and then 400 Ryman and 198 Pine used by central services, primarily the IT department. We have had these for a number of years. I think the police department had them before the city started using them for their current uses. They are up, and we have agreed to a 4-year period with the landlord, Jim Meyer. That will give us some flexibility over the next couple of years. We know we have real need for space, and it continues to provide a lot of flexibility for us. And the proximity is something that can't be beat at the moment. These leases have some increase, or generally show a similar increase that we've seen. I think both of these for the first year are something like a 9% increase. And then after that, we have baked in a 4% inflator that will then be assessed against property taxes for the landlord. It was, we sort of the biggest concern on their end is their tax liability as they look into the future and do their own planning. As I said, I think these are pretty commercially reasonable at the moment. What we saw comparative to other properties, and of course the cost and expense and challenge of moving would be in itself its own cost. So I'm happy to answer any questions. These they now will run from on the fiscal year, which is a nice update. They used to run May to May. So now we'll begin in July 1, and this will run, it'll go month to month at our possible discretion once we get to the period end, which is June 26th.
Great, thank you. Any questions from council regarding this? It's a quiet group. Mike Nugent used up all of our energy in the prior meeting. So, okay, Amber.
I don't have any questions. I'm just saying that I'd be happy to make the recommended motion. I'm glad that.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'll call for public comment. We have no one in the attendee room. Any other questions or comments from council? All right, seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Right. John Contos,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Mike Nugent,
Yes.
Amber Sherrill,
Yes.
Sandra Visica,
Yes.
Heidi West,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
and Daniel Carlino.
Yes.
So that's unanimous with 8 yeses.
Thank you so much. So that can go on the consent agenda. Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Lisa, for we kind of tucked a couple different items into budget and finance today just to keep the wheels turning. So thank you for that. All right, thanks everyone. That is the end of our agenda, and we get out of school a little bit early. So have a good afternoon. We are adjourned.